welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a new start for this Stitch with me, and this is the Epic Pokemon chart by it's a free chart from a website called Lord Libidan, and there are a few different epic Pokemon charts on there for free, of all the different generations of Pokemon and a couple of different designs. I think this one is of the original 150, and I'm doing it for my daughter for her bedroom wall. And there are two different ones, I believe, and this is the circular one. There is a rectangular one as well. I am stitching this on 18 count Aida, and I am stitching it cross country for each Pokemon, which I didn't think it was something I had in me. I'm not really a cross country stitcher, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, but it's working fine for me here, and I believe that's because most of the patterns I usually stitch are of photographs or more realistic charts, so they have a lot of colours, which in turn means a lot of confetti. Whereas this one is a chart of a cartoon, essentially, so there's less colours, a bit more colour blocking, which is nice, and it makes it less bulky in the back, so I think that's why the cross country is working so well for this chart, which is nice because it is much faster than parking or doing any sort of diagonal stitching. So I have finished this guy here. This is Clefable, and I am now moving on to here, which is Voltorb, I think. I was into Pokemon when I was young, but only up until, only like the first generation, and then I lost interest. So hopefully that's right. I think I know them all, but maybe I don't. So you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. So what I'm hoping to do for this chart is always be filming a different Pokemon each time I upload, so I won't ever upload the same Pokemon, working on the same Pokemon twice. So if any of you are Pokemon fans of the original 150, you'll have to let me know, and I'll make sure I film that Pokemon when I get there, wherever they may be on this chart. It's actually the second time I filmed this video. I just got home from work, and I did ask my boyfriend to be quiet, and he tried his best, but he's not the quietest person apparently, and slamming doors is quiet apparently in his eyes. So now he's promised to try and be super duper quiet, so we'll see how long that lasts. So I'm now going to be working on this area here and a little bit here. I did not enjoy doing this white area here on Clefable's tummy, and I've got a big white area here, I believe, so not looking forward to getting there, but it's all part of the process, I guess. I'm sorry that my hands look so grubby. I've got so many little cuts on them from work, and I don't even know how I'm getting them. So we'll start up here. Wow, I've forgotten how to stitch already. So I have kind of figured out a way to set my camera up without it being in my way. Well, it's not in the way of my face, but it's kind of in the way of my hands. So we're making small steps towards progress, I guess. I mean, I can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit better than in my other videos, but accessing with the stitching is hard. Are we gonna come through? Yeah. So thank you for all the feedback on my my Amazing Animal Kingdom video, where I asked if you guys liked seeing my markup app as I stitch. The general consensus was yes, you do, but you don't like it to compromise your ability to see what I'm stitching, which makes complete sense. I'm not going to show the markup app for when I do this design, just because I mean it does work on this chart, but it's just a little bit dodgy. So I feel like it'll be not the most entertaining thing to watch me keep trying to figure out if it's lying to me or not, because it likes to, I mean, there'll be some symbols and it will tell me that it's a different symbol and it's lying about what colours it is, and it's just a bit of a faff, so I'm not going to bother filming the screen for this chart. But for when I do film it for my other projects, I will try and be mindful of where I'm putting it on the screen and how big it is. It's hard to find a balance of how big to put it or how small to have it without, if I have it too small, you of course aren't going to see, you're not going to be able to see what's happening on it, so it would be kind of pointless having it there if it was really small. So if I try and film in a way where I'm leaving a bit of space to the side, I'll be able to squeeze it in there and it won't cover what I'm stitching. Hopefully. Anyway, that's the plan. We'll see when we get there. I'm not going to worry about it today because I'm not putting it in this video. I did actually hope to film this yesterday, but I came home from work and just fell asleep on the sofa. And yesterday was pancake day, so me and my boyfriend just made pancakes and relaxed, and yeah. Plus we thought it'd be a bit easier today because I finished work a bit earlier today, and I was hoping to get the natural light. But as I said, this is now the second time I'm filming it and the sun has gone down now, so the lighting isn't as good as it was earlier, unfortunately. So it's a toss-up between a video that's got lots of noise in the background or a video with less than ideal lighting. Hopefully when I come to edit this I'll be able to sort that out. And it'll be nice because spring is essentially here now, and that means the days are going to get longer, so we'll have more daylight after I finish work, so I won't have to worry about this. Because up until recently it's been dark when I've got home from work, so not ideal, and the lighting in my house isn't great. It's like a 200-year-old house, so the ceilings are really high, so the light's really far away, and then it's all wall lights, so they're just sort of light in random areas, and when I use my stitching light it's not great for the camera, so hopefully this is okay. I also want to thank those of you who commented about the music in the background. I can see that you don't mind that, so I will carry on doing that. Yeah, it was really super helpful for the people that did comment and answered my concerns. That was really nice. And I want to thank everyone who has subscribed so far. It's really exciting. I'm actually filming this sat on the floor, and I'm using my lap stand, and because of the way I'm sat I can't sit on the part of the stand that I meant to sit on properly, so it's a bit wobbly. So hopefully that's not really annoying. I am actually getting a new stand soon. I do have a floor stand with my scroll bars, but unfortunately it's only 24 inches wide and all of my whips are too big for it, except my Frank one from my last video. But he's almost not big enough to justify using that, so it's kind of just sat there being sad, waiting for me to find the right sized project to go on there. But all of my whips are huge, including this one. This one's 30 inches, I believe, on 18 count. But like I said, I'm getting a new floor stand, courtesy of my wonderful boyfriend. So Hopefully that one's a little bit more stable than this, because, well, I'm not going to have to sit awkwardly on it because it's a floor stand, so it should just do as I want, I guess. So in my last video I mentioned how my Frank project was called for both squares of the February whip go, and I mentioned how I was kind of getting bored of him, but I wouldn't mind if he was called once in March as long as I got a new start, and I did get my wish. This is the new start that it called for, and the other square was Frank again, so I'm still able to carry on concentrating on him, but I also have something else fun to stitch on when I'm getting a bit bored of him. I mean, I really enjoy stitching him actually, but it's just doing the same, because I was just concentrating on him in February. It got a bit boring, as anything would. I really hope my hand hasn't been in the way the whole time. I just looked in my camera and saw her and was like, oh my gosh, hopefully not. Hopefully I can stretch this one to do those last 2 stitches in this area. So did everyone manage to meet their February whip go goals? Is anyone doing like I am, where you're just saying that you will concentrate on certain projects for the month rather than setting yourself actual targets to meet? And is everyone happy with the charts that they were called for March? I was kind of hoping that my Haid would be called, or my new start Haid would be called, but never mind. It will come one day. Okay, more here, and then I'll end this thread. I will leave a link to this chart and the website where you can look at all the other charts in the description box, just in case any of you are interested. Like I said, I think I said this chart is free. Yeah, which is always nice to have things for free. So I have some more of this colour over here, and then this part is actually on my next page, so I can't see that, but I can see the area here, so I'll do that. The chart that you download for this pattern is a colour chart, and I'm usually more of a fan of a black and white chart. I can't remember now if a black and white chart was even an option, but if it isn't, that's a shame, because I know some of us do enjoy the black and white charts over the colour charts. I just feel like it's easier to see your progress you're colouring in a black and white chart rather than colouring in a coloured one that's already coloured, because you can just seeing the colour that was already there, I guess. I don't know. Oh, that's the wrong hole. When I was younger, I actually started another one of these epic Pokemon cross stitches. And I'm sure I got a few pages in and then I think I just lost it. Like, I have no idea where it is. It wasn't this exact one, it was another one of the starter Pokemon, but it was the rectangle one. And it has like a purple background. Yeah, I'm sure I got fairly far on it, but I have absolutely no idea where it went. I feel like it just vanished into thin air. Which is a shame. I mean, I don't know if I would go back to, if I had it, whether I would go back to it now, or whether I would just carry on with this new start. But yeah, it's a mystery. A cross stitch mystery. Okay, that's actually it for that colour, so we can end here. So the background of this pattern is white. It calls for a white background with B5200, and I'm absolutely not willing to do that whatsoever. So I will just be leaving the background blank. I'm on a white fabric anyway, so that's not the end of the world. However, what I need to try and remember is that if I am going to do my pin stitch somewhere in between the Pokemon, or somewhere out, anywhere really, I need to just double check that I'm not doing it somewhere where it's background, because I won't be stitching over it. I need to try and make sure that I'm doing them in places where I will be stitching, or else there's going to be a really annoying pin stitch just out there for everyone to see. Okay, so next colour in here. I do have to wonder, when I'm looking at this chart and the colours that it's chosen, whether they've gone with the right ones. I did see in the comments on the website that some of the colours do sort of seem mismatched, but that's because there wasn't really a correct colour to use. But I can't help think there's a lot of DMC colours, like 400 and something, and there wasn't a better colour. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure once this whole thing is stitched and it's on the wall, I'm not going to think that at all. I'm sure it's going to look perfect, but now that I've seen that they've said that there's some dodgy colours, I'm wondering that whether all the colours are dodgy. I mean, I know Voltorb is red, but is this, I'm assuming this is meant to be some sort of shine on him. Is it really orange? I don't know. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure once it's done, it will look great. And even if it doesn't look great, I had fun doing it, so that's the most important thing. But better if it does look great, right? I'm sure my boyfriend's now downstairs wondering when I'm going to feed him, because I've now filmed this twice. I bet he's sitting there starving, waiting for me to go cook him dinner. And to be quite fair, I am quite hungry too, so hopefully I don't have to film this a third time. I think he's doing a good job being quiet now. Yeah, this is another one of those patterns that I know I'll enjoy stitching because it's always something new. The Clefable took me around 3 days. Not 3 full days, but 3 like evenings to stitch. So if that's anything to go by, with 150 Pokemon, this thing is going to take me, gosh, what's 150 times 3? 450 days if I worked on it every day, which I know I'm not going to because of Whitgo. So I'm going to give this one 2 years, I'd say. My markup app is saying I will finish it in a year, but that is obviously because I've been concentrating on it a little bit more now that it's March, because it's in my March Whitgo. But of course, I won't be concentrating it on months where it's not called. And if it's saying a year now, I dread to think what it's going to say when I'm not giving it much attention. But it's the same for all of my whips, they're all huge. So, just enjoying the process, not worrying about the end result. Need to move my app to see where I'm going next. Okay, so I've got some underneath him here. We'll start here. See, this colour, for example, is almost a perfect shadow red to go under the main red. So I think if you could get that perfect match, how did you come up with this for a highlight? I don't mean to sound critical, I don't know whether these are, I'm assuming that they're made by like an algorithm like the Pick-to-Pack website, so I'm sure it's no one's fault in particular. But then again, it's been like many years since I've actually like looked at the Pokemon, so maybe this is actually what he looked like and I'm just being an idiot. So my question for you guys today is, what's your preferred length of stitch with me? Because I've done a half an hour one, I've done an hour one. Do you guys prefer the long ones, or do you prefer the ones that are shorter so you can actually watch the whole thing? Because I know when I'm watching the long ones, I watch bits of them throughout the day. I don't sit and watch the whole thing, because I just don't have a free hour usually. But I don't know whether people would just prefer them to be shorter so they could watch the whole thing, because I also find sometimes I start watching them and then because I didn't finish it I forget that I was watching it in the first place. I don't know. Okay, so that bit is done. I also did want to mention in this video that I am thinking of everyone who is suffering because of the Ukraine crisis at the minute. It is really terrible, and everyone who is suffering because of the consequences of Putin's madness, anyone from the Ukraine or who's family in Ukraine or is connected to this in any way, I am thinking of you and you're in my prayers. It really is just a terrible time that everyone's going through. I can't imagine what it must feel like. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that, because that is the current world we're in. Right, so I've got some up here, some over here. But because this here is where my page changes, and there's no, in this chart there's no overlap. There's no like zone on each page showing a bit at the last page, so I'm having to just kind of blindly guess where I'm going, hoping that it's correct. So we'll be there. I think we're going here. Well, we are going here, whether that is correct or not, because this is what we're doing now. So I think I will just finish these stitches in this colour, and then we will call it a night, because I need to go and feed my poor boyfriend and myself, because I'm hungry. I'm quite surprised my stomach isn't rumbling like it was in my last video. I don't know if you'd heard it, but it was rumbling really loud. I think I'll just do these two, and then we will say goodbye. So that is going to be the end of today's Stitch with me. I'm very grateful that you stuck around and watched, and again, if you are a Pokemon fan, please let me know which Pokemon is your favourite so I can remember to film. I'll have to write them down, because I don't think that I'm going to be able to film every single one, because that would be 150 videos, so that's a lot of commitment. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more. Happy stitching, everyone.